Hey guys, and welcome back to episode 4 of our CrackPack Let's Play. So last episode, if you guys didn't catch it, I would recommend going back and watching it, but last episode we set up our whole Tinker's Construct setup here. Made all of the different blocks, the tool forge, which is great. So doing this gave us access to some really nice tools. And this episode, as I said in the last one, I wanted to kind of continue progressing in Tinkers, and to do that we're gonna have to go to the nether, because in the nether they have those high tier ores from Tinkers, the cobalt and the ardite, and you can mix them together and go ahead and make the manuin. And so that's kind of the best metal pretty much that we're gonna want to be using for our tools. So that's something we're definitely gonna do today. But before we did that, like I said last episode, I really love to have flight in the nether. It's something that pretty much is necessary in my opinion, because otherwise if you're walking and you're on like an isolated landmass surrounded by lava, there's not really much you can do. If you bridge out to somewhere, there's a high chance you're going to get hit by a ghast or something like that. So having flight is something very useful in the nether, and like I said, pretty much necessary. So we have the morph mod here. We could definitely morph into a bat, which I kind of talked about doing last episode. But I kind of, none of you guys commented about like me saying, you didn't want me to do it. You didn't want me to use the bat. But I kind of decided by myself that I think it's a little bit cheaty, so we're going to go ahead and actually make a real form of flight, a legitimate form of flight. So I gathered up some materials here in my inventory. You can see I have searched in NEI the leadstone jetpack, which is the tier 1 jetpack from Simply Jetpacks. And if I'm correct, I think I have everything in my inventory except some lead. We need some lead. So I think I just need 4 lead. And then I think what I can do is just shift click, and boom, there we go. We have our leadstone jetpack. And in order to charge this, you can see it holds 80,000 RF. We're going to have to go ahead and make the energetic infuser, but as I said, I believe I have everything in my inventory for this. No, I don't have the copper gears. So let's go ahead quickly here and make 2 copper gears. Where's my iron? I'm running a little bit low on resources. Just making all this stuff, it's definitely depleting them. So pretty soon I'm going to have to go on a pretty big mining expedition to remedy that. So did I make the gears yet? I did. So I think, boom, there we go. We have our energetic infuser. Now what I'm going to do with this is I'll just put it right here. So on the right hand side of the leadstone energy cell, I'm going to have an output of energy, and then I'm going to put that there so it's not charging. Actually, I think it is, because this is drawing power. No, it's not. How's that charging? It stopped charging. Maybe it was the leftover in that. I don't know. Anyway, it charged a little bit, but we're going to need some more fuel for our dynamo. And I did a little bit of chopping some trees down, and I smelted 2 stacks of wood. So now here we have 2 stacks of charcoal for us. And so we're going to put that in there. That's going to all go into here, but first it's going in here. You can see this holds just as much as the leadstone energy cell, which is quite a bit of power. So I guess, go ahead and let that do its work. What I should do probably is put like a hopper here. So if I have enough iron, let's do that. Oh, man, I'm really running low on iron. I'm going to definitely need to do some resource gathering pretty soon here. Alright, so let's grab 2 wood. No, I only need 5. Actually, no, I'm going to need a chest. That's what I need 8 for. And we'll surround that with the iron, if I can get there. Nice. Have a hopper here, so we'll just put that over there. Not like that. Not really sure even if I can do this. Is a hopper not usually a axe? I thought it did. Maybe I'm wrong. Alright, so that, yeah, that's definitely going in there. Alright, great. So I can just chuck charcoal in there whenever I need it. I actually may get, I'm going to make 2 more stacks of charcoal, so I'm going to need 16 charcoal. Cut that in half. So let's go ahead up here. And what I could do is just put it in here, to be honest. Yeah, I'll just do that actually. No use burning any extra charcoal, and we can just use it for power for the redstone furnace. So that will put the charcoal up there. Alright. And I'll put this wood back here. I lowered the sounds pretty much of everything just because I noticed the sounds were really loud relative to my voice, so I hope that kind of fixed the issue a little bit, but we'll see. And I also tinkered with the brightness. I noticed that all of my videos were kind of dark, so even though I do have my brightness all the way up here, wherever it is. Yeah, brightness is all the way up to bright. I brightened up some of the videos. I actually brightened up all of the videos that I've uploaded from this series, so hopefully you guys noticed the difference, and hopefully the quality is a little bit better. But anyway, now that we have our leadstone jetpack, let's go ahead and pop it in the energetic infuser. So that's going to charge up pretty quickly. And while that's going on, let's go ahead and I want to look at the hang glider, if it's in this pack, and it is, which is great. So we have this hang glider from Open Blocks. It requires 2 glider wings and a stick, and the glider wings require quite a bit of leather, but we have been killing quite a few cows, so we do have some leather. So let me go ahead and make some sticks. And I'll just go ahead and make all these into sticks here. So we'll go ahead and make 2 of these. 1, 2, and then that's not right. Why does it have the leather in there? And that stick, odd. Anyway, so now we have a hang glider, which is going to be really nice. It's going to help us navigate through the nether. So I'm going to go ahead and get some obsidian for the nether portal, guys, and get everything ready to go to the nether, and then I'll be right back with you guys. Alright guys, I'm back here, and I've gathered the materials we're going to need to make our trip to the nether. So as you guys may have seen here, I have some alamite pickaxe kind of parts to make a pickaxe. So let's go in the tool forge here. We'll go ahead to the pickaxe if I can find it. There it is. And we're just going to put these parts in a line here. We're going to go ahead and make our alamite pickaxe. So you can see the durability here is 1,136. A diamond pickaxe is 1561. So it's not as durable, but it has a higher mining level. Alamite can mine cobalt and ardite, whereas diamond can't. So it's an upgrade, and it's something we're going to need obviously to mine for those new metals in the nether. So I also have 10 obsidian here for us. So let's just go ahead, clear out a little area, and let's see, we'll put it right here is what we'll do. Let's go on the ground a little. I'm going to put this on my hotbar here. So I'll just do 2 there. 1. Oh, I don't really want to misplace any of this because that would just kind of be annoying. Anyway, so we'll go up on some dirt here. And then we're going to need 1 piece of dirt for 1, and then finally that one. Alright. So now we have our portal frame set up here. And we can go ahead and light it. And there we go. We have access to the nether. So before we go in, I'm going to want to put my jetpack on, I think. I hope my spawn is good. Sometimes I've spawned into the nether and I've literally just fallen to my death. So let's hope that doesn't happen. Otherwise, I think we're ready. Maybe. Let's go for it. Alright, so this may take a little bit of time to generate the terrain. It's downloading the terrain, so let's see what happens here. Let's see what we get. Oh. Alright, here we are. We didn't spawn in the middle of nowhere, which is awesome. It's always good. And we have some interesting blocks. We have Natura in here. We have nether ores. Of course, nether quartz. We also have glowstone. So I'm going to take some time here. Go ahead and mine some of that. Oh, and look at that. Some ardite right there above the glowstone. I'm glad I mined it. So, I've always thought in the past that the max amount of ores that are in a vein are 2 ores, but there's 3 ardite here, so maybe I was wrong, but maybe they changed it and made them more abundant in the nether. That would be great if they did. Here's some cobalt. This is a really good spawn here, looks like. And some more ardite. I wonder if they did make these more abundant, because I'd never had this much luck in finding them. Maybe I'm just really lucky, but we have our jetpack on. It doesn't have much power at all, so it's really not going to get us too far, but let's go ahead and put this on and just float around here. So there are a lot of different mobs, and the ghasts are really loud, so I'm actually going to turn the hostile creatures down to like 20. That's lapis. Here's some more cobalt. I hope none of these pigmen are mad at me. I know if you break one of the nether ores, or one of the ores from the mod nether ores, like this coal for example, they would get mad at me. Unless I had, I believe, silk touch. But I'm not going to do that. So let's continue floating around here, trying to find, and I'm also definitely going to want a lot of nether quartz. And I'm going to want a lot of lapis, because one of the first things I'm going to want to do is, oh, I should have marked my spawn. Let's go back and to our spawn here, to the portal, and mark a waypoint so that I don't get lost, because that would not be fun. So let's go ahead and mark a new waypoint here in the nether, and we'll call it home, or let's just call it portal, so we know where to go to get back, because that's always a good thing to have. Alright, so let's continue going around. You can see at the top left corner there our jetpack fuel, and it definitely is going down pretty significantly, pretty quickly. But we're just going to have to deal with that. So here's some more cobalt over here. Let's go ahead up here. You can see when we're not gliding on the hang glider, our power goes down really quickly. Already at 83. So I'm definitely going to want to look at upgrading the jetpack in the very, very near future. But I'm definitely liking our nether spawn so far. There's a lot of different mobs, which are quite scary. Some more cobalt over here. It's great. So I think, what I'll do is not mess with this guy, but I may just stay in the area and gather as many resources as I can. And then we may make a new tool today, and I'll be right back with you guys. Alright guys, I'm back from the nether. Literally just got back. And it was weird because I was mining the cobalt and ardite. I got 19 cobalt, 17 ardite, which is quite a bit, which is going to be really nice for us. I was mining those, and I was like, I might as well get some nether quartz, just, you know, in case I need it, in case I want it for any recipes or anything like that. I didn't want to mine too much, just because I didn't want to waste it, because I wanted to fortune it. But it's weird because it says it's from Minecraft, but I'm like, usually you break it and you get the nether quartz itself, not the ore, which is just weird. And when I did do that, all the pigmen got pissed at me. So either that's changed in vanilla or in this mod pack. It's kind of odd. But let's go ahead and mine some of those, put these away. So anyway, I'm back from the nether, and I did get quite a bit of resources. So here we have our smeltery. So first thing I want to do is make a better pick. So let's see what we have in terms of what is this the wrong book? I think it's the wrong book. I think we need the the other one. This one. Whoops. I feel like I'm really framey right now. I'm not sure what's up. I'm only at 30 FPS. Usually I'm at like 60. That's weird. Anyway. Let's put our jetpack back here. I'm just going to dump some of this stuff. Whoops. Into the respecting chests. I'll just dump that in there for now. Alright. I'll just put that on. Alright, so let's go ahead and use some of this stuff that we got from the nether. So we'll look in our book here to see what we can do with each of the materials. Alright, so if we go over to Ardite here, we can see that it's one of the nether materials, both the cobalt and the Ardite. That's what we just got. Let's see. So you can see the handle modifier for the Ardite there is 2.0, and the handle modifier for this cobalt is 1.75. If you go to the Manuland, you can see the handle modifier is 2.5 times, and the base durability is 1200. So I think what we're going to want to do is make Manuland. So if I recall, I think it's just 1-to-1 maybe, to 1 cobalt to 1 Ardite to make the Manuland. So I was looking at Enderium, which is another material we can use to make Tinker's tools, and because I was sure that the Enderium had the fastest mining speed of like 12 or something like that, but you can see here this Enderium pickaxe, it says the mining speed is 3, and I don't want a 3 mining speed. I'm gonna want something faster than that. And you can see the head, it's also 3, but if I search Manuland, whoops, laggy. Manuland here, you can see the pickaxe has 9 mining speed, and I believe cobalt is the fastest mining speed then, with 14. So we could do a cobalt head, but to be honest, I think I'm just gonna want to do a Manuland head as well, and we can upgrade that as we go. We can put redstone on it, and I think it'll eventually get to instant mine, or very near close to it. So let's go ahead and search Manuland like we have, and yeah, it's just 1 cobalt to 1 Ardite. So we'll go ahead and I'll put in, let's do 5 and 5 and get that smelted up. So that's going to give us a nice amount of Manuland. So we're definitely going to want the tool rod, which we'll make out of Manuland. We'll make our pickaxe head out of Manuland, and we're not actually gonna need the tool binding cast. We'll take the ingot cast out. We'll put that back. I gathered some sugar cane, and what we're gonna do with that is go ahead and make it into paper. And this is the first thing we're gonna do here. We're gonna go ahead and get our pattern out for the tool binding. We'll go over here in the part builder, take this out, and I'll just put a piece of paper there with the tool binding, and you can see we'll have the paper binding, and you can see it says writable. And what that allows us to do is it gives us an extra modifier on our pickaxe. So when I do make this, instead of having 3 modifiers, I believe is the base, we'll have 4 modifiers because of that paper binding. So we have 10 Manuland ingots here, so we'll go ahead and I'll get that out and this out as well, and I'll go ahead and I'll put the pickaxe head down there. We'll mine that, not mine that, but cast that, and then I'll put the tool rod in there, and we'll go ahead and cast that. So now we'll come over here to our tool forge, and we can pop that in, and that in, and that in. So you can see this, it will have 3000 durability, mining speed of 9. The mining level is the highest I can get, and you can see there it says 4 modifiers remaining. So we'll go ahead and make this, and this is going to be our new pick. Now we can definitely add modifiers to it. So for example, the moss modifier, we can put a ball of moss on there, So actually, if we look in here, I believe it tells us about all the modifiers. Yeah, it tells us all the modifiers. And what I'm going to want on this is definitely redstone. So you can see here, redstone allows it to mine more quickly. An emerald gives it 50% more durability. And you can see the auto repair. We can attach this ball of moss to it, and it'll repair itself and more quickly in the process, more quickly in the presence of sunlight. You can see that's how you make the ball of moss. And I'm also definitely going to want lapis. And lapis allows us to essentially get fortune on our tools. So when we mine things like diamonds and coal and lapis and redstone and nether quartz, although it's kind of acting weird or different from what I remember, but we'll get extra fortune, we'll get extra pieces out of it. So that's going to be really good. So now that we have this, I'm going to want to make a new sword. So let's go in our pattern chest here and get our sword blade cast. And we'll put our pickaxe back. So Manulin, if I recall correctly, unless Enderium is better. But again, that mining speed was kind of interesting. So the attack for Enderium is 3 hearts. And I think Manulin is 2.5. No, it's 4 hearts. Interesting. So Manulin seems to be better than Enderium in this pack. Unless I'm wrong, you guys can please go ahead and correct me in the comments. That's fine with me. If it is, we'll go ahead and I'll pour some cast into that. And again, I'm going to make a Manulin tool rod for the base of the sword. And I'm also going to do the same thing with the paper and the wide guard pattern. So we'll come in here and make our paper wide guard. Again, it does the same thing that it did for the pickaxe. We'll come into the tool forge here. Go ahead and put all this together. So now this is going to have base 8 attack damage. So technically this is a little bit better, this diamond sword here, but we'll have 4 modifiers, and we'll be able to add a lot of nether quartz to this, which is definitely something I'm going to want to do. So let's actually take this nether quartz here, and I'm just going to throw it in the pulverizer and see how much we get out of it. Only 2 from that, so that's kind of unfortunate. It's not very good. We do get sulfur as a byproduct. I was actually really curious because I don't know, usually when you fortune the nether quartz you get quite a bit, like 3 or 4 probably, with fortune 3. So we're only getting 2 per ore now, which is a little unfortunate, but I might as well go ahead and come into the tinker table here. I'll put the broadsword there. I'll just surround this with quartz. So you can see that takes away a modifier, but it adds, right now with this much quartz it added 0.5 hearts, and I'll just put the rest on there. So now we're up to 9 attack damage just with 12 quartz. And we're probably going to use, for these modifiers, I want to have 1 luck and the rest probably just used for quartz. So I can get this up to looting 3 with the lapis, and then the rest of it I'll just put nether quartz on there, and that'll increase the attack damage significantly. And I'm not sure, I'm definitely going to want a way to auto repair my tools, and I'm not sure whether I should do that using the moss modifier or the flux modifier. And the flux modifier will allow me to just essentially to throw it in the energetic infuser and charge my tool back up. But I also may want just moss, so I'm not really 100% sure about that. I'll definitely think about that more in the future to see what I want to do with that. So now that we have this Manulin, let's go ahead and look at what else we can do. We do still have quite a bit of cobalt and ardite left available for us. So another tool we're definitely going to want to make is the hammer. The hammer allows us to mine in a 3x3 area. It has pretty significant amount of durability, and honestly I'm thinking I just want to make a completely Manulin hammer, which will give us the best durability. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's see, we're gonna need a lot of Manulin. I believe, let's look again at the hammer. I don't know if this tells us the material cost for those. I don't know, it doesn't look like it does. So the material cost for the large plate is 8, so that's going to be 16 Manulin. We're going to need 2 of those. We're also going to want a hammerhead, and that's going to be 8, so we're going to need 16 plus 8. I'm good at math, I swear. And in addition to that, we're going to need the tough rod, which I believe is 3. Right? It's just the tough rod, not the binding. Yeah. So let's look again. That's 3. So 8 times 3 is 24. And so it's going to be 27 manual and overall. We have 7 left. Let's throw the rest in. See what that does for us. So let's let this smelt up, and if it's 1 to 1, actually let's see. Yeah, so you only have 1. So essentially we'll have 12 more from this. 12 plus 7 is going to be 19. So actually, I don't think we have enough. Unless my math is wonky, but I don't think it is. I think we'll only have 19 ingots after all of these are done. Huh. Alright, so yeah, hammers require a lot of material. Now we have 31. Alright, yeah, well I screwed up in my math, but that's actually really good. So what we're going to have to do now to wrap up the episode is we're going to make a really nice manual hammer. So let's go ahead, and I'm going to need this pattern and this pattern and this pattern. And we will not do that again. We'll put these tools, that in there. We're going to want the stone head pattern. We're going to want this. And we're going to want a tough rod. And what we're going to need to do is smelt up. I'll just do some gold, because we're going to need to make a cast of these. You can use aluminum, brass, or you can use gold. Gold's a little bit more expensive, but whatever. We have some, and we'll definitely do more mining to get more in the future, so that's not really a big deal. So we'll wait for this to smelt down, and we'll go ahead and make casts for it. So we'll put that there. And once this gold is finished up, we'll put it to the bottom, and we'll cast it around there. Alright, so that's the hammerhead. We'll do the stone tough rod, and then finally we'll do the large plate. So once we have all of these tools, it's going to make mining significantly easier for me, and especially strip mining. So we have all those. So what we'll go ahead and do is put our manual back down. We'll make the hammerhead here. Again, it's going to take a while because it requires each of these, the hammerhead and these 2 large plates, require 8 ingots of manual each, which is a lot, but we have the materials, so we might as well go ahead and do it. And this tool is going to be really good, and it's going to help me off camera when I do the mining in between episodes. So I have that. I'm going to need another one of those. Let's start lining these up in our tool station here. Put that there, that there. And I'm not even 100% sure that this is the best hammer like possible. It's probably not, but it's something that I know is still going to be really good. And I'm going to add modifiers for it. So you can see the durability is 1200 for the hammer. There may be something better. I didn't even look. I probably should have, but we did it, so we're kind of committed to it. So we have that manual and hammer. You can see the durability is 2700. Mining speed is only 3.6. But let's go ahead, like down here, for example, and just test this out really quickly. And for now, we can repair all of these just with a manual and ingot. But you see, I started a little strip mine. This is like kind of the iron copper level. So I do that, do that. That's still pretty quick. Definitely pretty quick. And that's going to help me strip mine significantly. I'll put that in the 3rd spot, and then we'll go ahead and go back up here. And I think what I'm definitely going to want to do in between this episode and the next one is just go mining. get a whole bunch of lapis, a whole bunch of redstone, and a lot more nether quartz, and I'm going to go ahead and deck out all these tools. That's going to be something that's going to be really nice and really helpful for us. And you know what I might as well do? I have 4 ingots of manual, so let's actually go ahead and just make a shovel. Might as well, right? Put that there, get that out. Gosh, I really need to sort out my inventory here. That is all we're gonna need, and unless they changed it, which they may have, it was only a tool rod and a shovel head to make a shovel. That's still the same. Great. Alright. So we'll actually need that. We'll just go in here and put that in, that in, that in, that in. Just organize a little bit here. Not gonna need that. We're gonna need this. And do I have manual in there? Yep. Alright. I think we used all that gold, which is good. And we're gonna need the tool rod. And so we'll go ahead, quickly make a shovel here for us. And this is gonna be a pretty quick mining shovel with a nice durability. And yeah. So look at this, guys. We have our hammer, we have our shovel, and our pick, which is already pretty quick. That's pretty quick as well. But like I said, I'm gonna go mining in between this episode and the next one. I'm gonna get a lot more lapis and redstone and stuff like that, and I'm gonna hopefully with you guys in the beginning of next episode use all that material and upgrade all these really nice tools with it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Hope you guys enjoyed watching. As always, please leave a like if you enjoyed the video, comment and subscribe if you enjoy my content, and I'll see you guys in the next episode.